Yo, it's your boy. After making the creator guide, I believe it's now appropriate to make character guides. I'm going to make the character guide per character, per the playstyle that I believe is going to be best suited for the beginner to be able to advance through the game of Ravenswatch. It is actually very simple to play these characters because it is actually very easy to play the game. Etc, etc. Blurb, blurb, blurb. Like, subscribe, support. I'm gonna even take the thing off the way so I can have as much real estate for the screen as possible. Let us begin. Up number first, more than likely the first character you're going to play, Scarlet. I will actually go down to Nightmare 8 to have the full time. Scarlet is a crit and damage machine. She can do a lot. She can do a lot specifically because of how Lycanthrope interacts with her human form. And also, this is not listed inside of the instructions for your controls. Nowhere, at least not here on keyboard. I don't think it's here on controller. No, it's not here on controller either. But on keyboard, if you tap your shift key, you actually are able to look at your side stat effects. You can't look at the effects of consumables, but you can be able to actually read your low bar, and you actually can be able to look at your spells, and you also can look at your magical objects. This was not inside of the quick start guide, and it was very annoying. Wonderful. We got one that actually gave us what we were looking for. Scarlet. What does she do? What is her dichotomy? Damage, evasion, and crit. Baseline with multi-kill capabilities of chain attacks while inhuman. Werewolf, situational survivability, situational dodgeability, and probably one of the few characters in the game that actually has a button swap, where in human form, her defense button becomes the werewolf form's special power button, and her special button becomes the werewolf form's evasion button. It'll make more sense as I have the ability to play along. We will explain. So, how do you create and focus a build for Scarlet? There are one of two options based on your starting power quest. It doesn't matter what the other one is. If you ever get the opportunity to decide, you have to decide here and now what you want to do with Scarlet. If what you want is upfront, I auto-attack you, you die damage, Devourer. Each kill with werewolf power, which can only target one person at a time, but it acts as a flash step. It's technically a defense skill in and of itself. It'll give you 0.5 damage. Once you're complete with that damage, which I think that's 10, you'll get 10 damage total. 20 times -5.1. So yeah, you'll get 10 damage for this. Your power will then have a 40% chance to kill people at base common level. This goes up higher and higher as you level up the trait. It'll go to a base level 40% chance to have no cooldown if you kill an enemy. This is across both forms. This means in werewolf form, you bite someone, you get a reset. In human form, that means you kill multiple enemies, and you're killing multiple enemies in a chain streak. Kind of like you would with Shadow Strikes, you're probably resetting your ability immediately. Very good for power abuse. It's very good for auto attacks as well. On the opposite side of the scale, Shadow Strikes. This is a human-based mission. Attacks and powers triggered in human defense earn crit chance plus 1% per enemy hit, which leads up to 25% base crit chance on all abilities, with the completion of 20% baseline additional crit damage multiplication. Combining this, because for me, every time I go for Shadow Strikes, because it's the one that you can stack faster while in human, because you start in human. Combining this with 4-leaf clover and whetstone is a no fucking brainer. Silver bullets, no fucking brainer. If you really want to go for an angle where you get the upgrade that gives you more damage with vitality, and you're able to get Philosopher's Stone, which is giving you a vitality orb every single time you pick up a health orb in combat, no fucking brainer. Armor to damage conversion on curse events, no fucking brainer. She is nothing but a damage stat stick. Nothing but a damage stat stick. So starting out here, since we know what's over here, I'm actually going to go and align like this towards the wall. So, Scarlet stacking. How does one do it? In Werewolf, you actually have to start stacking in a particular way that's not going to be inducive to your help and ability to set yourself up for success. Unfortunately, I was auto-attacking there. You have to set yourself up for success, getting as many chains as you can, with as many enemies as you can. Normally, you would not fight enemies. Like this. But the reason why you do is because you take this opportunity to give yourself this damage now. Just take your enemy, line them up, chain stab them. As you can see, I'm already at 11. Wonderful. They're all dead. That's going to go towards the level up. Do the same thing with these enemies here. Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Immediately go for the chest. We're so lucky we got Vajra on first. So now we're going to have an even better ability when we get transformed forcefully to Werewolf. I'm not going to go towards that chest because I don't, or this well, because I don't have any fragments. Now we're in Werewolf. And as you can see, now we can read what's in fucking Werewolf. You don't have it, you have no idea how important it was that I was able to get this. So, Claws, Bite, Leap, Howl. Now that we're in Werewolf, our E now becomes our defense button, and our defense button now becomes a power enabling button. 50 armor, 50 attack, 50 power. This is very, 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 very powerful. This is very well, actually, this actually says gain 50 armor and attack and power, have 50% life on hit. But realistically, you should read this as go swinging. Because if you're able to get the damage turnaround, where you're going to be dealing damage on your attack, this actually helps you, because the more power you have in your abilities, the harder that AoE ability on your buff will hit. Very, very good for you. So now, we're moving along. You want to use Leap while you're moving through to be able to put some distance. It really sucks that Dream Crystals can't be hit with the Vajra effect. They really should be able to, but it's okay. Just going to path through to the next chest. Get over here. That free level up. We're not going to do Murderous Intent. We're going to Short Wick. Immediately take them out. Get the chest. There is no shields on. You can't even pause there properly. But you can be able to close the chest with escape, which is good. There are no shields on Scarlet, so any shielding effect is useless on you. You're going to look for things that increase for damage, that increase for healing, or give you critical regeneration when you're low. So with these options, I would go for Horn of Plenty or Eternal Arrows. I'm going to go for Horn of Plenty, because she also doesn't have any natural debuffs. If there are no natural debuffs, I don't take it. It's just not Kino for me. I don't see the reason to take it. It's not going to be useful and conducive to you. I don't really need to be tanking this, but I really should be taking these fragments off the ground. Even the small ones. You're going to be very money starved in the beginning, and it's very important that you do everything you can to stack it up quickly. Unfortunately, Scarlet's not like many other characters that has an active ability to attack it while moving until she has multiple charge powers. And until you actually have multiple charges for your power spell, which is your dash, you're very fucked in these situations. Just moving past it there, take a little stab. As always mentioned in the beginner guide, always move towards upwards elevation. Now, in these enemies in this pack here, the small enemies are actually going to be the most annoying ones. So you want to position yourself behind that attacker. Nice. So I am aggroed on something, and I don't see it. I'm gonna move away from the wall in case that it was being aggroed on enemies down there, but now I'm probably aggroed on enemies over here. I really hate the aggro system. Wonderful. What are we aggroed on? It's probably something at the fountain. It is. We're still aggroed on something. I literally don't know what the fuck it is. I hope it's not a spider that's stuck in the corner somehow. That would be fucking annoying. Just to be safe, I'm gonna put a bomb in the chest. I have no fucking clue what's happening there, but oh my god, that's annoying. I'll actually reset for that. That's very, very fucking disgusting.
I do not feel death.
Bugs. It happens. It's a game that's in open beta. Like that's currently, well, not I say open beta, but really early launch.
Finally, I could use a good fight.
Right. So now Shadow Strikes. I feel like Shadow Strikes comes up more often than not.
Excellent.
Over the other ones. We have crystal here and a chest here. We'll walk down towards the site shrine.
Not much to do around here.
Still, when you're moving through, you're not going to be fighting enemies unless you see something like the key. You're going to pull your enemies closer.
Watch out.
You're going to stack. Move away from them. Dash through them. Try and hit as many as you possibly can.
I'll be taking that.
Whenever that defense comes up, you're always going to try and group and loop them. I often move through large packs like this just to pull them towards me. That's really dumb of me. I just didn't press my defense button properly.
I do not.
That is the wrong setting. I really don't know why it automatically goes back up to the last difficulty you played. Or rather, last difficulty you completed. But,
I do
whatever.
not do that.
This is what I get for not sleeping.
This is a war.
Grimoire, chest, and heal. This time we got Devourer. I really don't like waiting to stack Devourer, so I'm going to go for distant explosions here. This now means that this now can be thrown at a distance and has additional damage.
They're no match for me.
But again, starting options are always your preference. They really don't matter in the long scheme of things. What matters is how you use the base kit. One of the upsides to this is that when you're moving through like that and you forego something like a stacking quest, you actually don't have to worry about it. And because I actually do this, I can actually hit the crystal like this. So moving through these enemies is A-okay. I can actually even be cheeky, throw a bomb behind me like this. Very nice. The same pull job here. Have my fucking thing stolen from me. Fortunately, you are immune in the middle of transformation, but that doesn't change the fact that it's fucking you and your placement and timing. Getting fucked there by the stack. I really should not be constantly abandoning these, but the way that the game actually works is that the more time that you're down for, the more time you fucking lose. So if you end up making a really critical, massive mistake because of Scarlet's transformation timer fucking up your rotation, it can be hard to recover. Got a rare this time. This time we got an elite reveal, a keystone, and I call these keystones, but they're technically crystal shard monoliths. And heal will go upwards this time, because I suspect there's some kind of event tucked in the corners here. Unfortunately, for the purposes of stacking, any kind of dream crystal shard does not count as an enemy for the purposes of stacking, and I was right. There's a green chest.
Watch out! That's gonna blow. My job is done here.
Immediately Vajra. In any situation where you can't not be able to take something that has benefited from your build, you take one of the neutral options, like reducing the dream cost for shards. It will be very, very important for getting upgrades. But every single time you see Vajra, or Vajra, this is always a no-brainer. It means your dash now does damage, and that is so important. The ability to just do that to an enemy, and do that to kill them, is so good. Here we're gonna get a force. Sensing my AoE. Now that we actually have the dash, it's gonna be easier to do with these. get this reveal. We get another reveal. We have a grimoire. And we have the crystals. I'm going to start moving towards the shrine. I don't feel Murderous Intent is good, so we're going to take Slash Fury. I don't think it's good because using the defense to get back combo charges doesn't really matter. And extending the length of that can be good, but you can also just get more charges for your roar. Since this is a normal one, you don't need to actually take the combats here if you don't need or want. Just come up here past everything. Only reason I'm taking it is because I have Slash Fury, which is going to increase the speed of my flash after using the power. Just makes it so that you can actually be able to get through enemies faster, because your melee attacks in most character forms has a form of AoE. It's not very critically noticeable, as you can see there, but it does exist. Pathing downwards and around. Unfortunate. Robbed. Absolutely robbed. But I did that so that I could be able to pull them over here. I'm trying to get these levels up as quickly as possible. And I was just robbed of my fucking defense. Wow. For the sake and interest of learning, I'm not going to reset it again. This is fine. This is super good. Alright, we're gonna take Pyromania. Now our shit has a burn. Gonna keep them alive long enough so I can combo.
My foe's free before me.
And also, now that we have Blade Fury, you can actually be able to make use of that attack combo to actually break crystals quickly. Walking up and around here.
Watch out! That's gonna blow.
I'm not gonna unlock this one.
Not much to do around here.
Wanna go take a heal first? Try to survive, try to survive, try to survive. That's just unfortunate. I'm not being as careful as I should be for the interest of education, but at the same time, I'm trying to be serious. But it's just so hard to take the fucking game seriously sometimes, with the way that some situations play out. Some characters in some situations that monsters can put you in can just outright be some bullshit.
My foes flee before me.
I'm going to go away from the Grimoire, because since we have just neutral things, it's not going to actually be helpful and useful for us to take it.
Much for me. I didn't even break a sweat.
See? That's one of those situations I was talking about. Hit stun can just be completely negative for you and cancerous. That one was more my fault. I was trying to demonstrate what I was talking about. Scarlet's one of those characters that is definitely underneath glass cannon. You do not want to get caught in bad situations like that.
Something.
Go this way.
Watch out! That's gonna blow. It's not my time yet.
I really need to stop getting the pikemen confused with the axemen. That's my death. Because I used the defense ability there.
Not feel that.
That's not the difficulty I want. Because I used the defense ability there, I die. Remember kids, do as I say, not as I do.
Not feel death.
Fucking up is something that you can end up doing often.
This won't take long.
I'll go clear towards the vision this time. Because there's literally nothing that you could possibly discover in the square. Still pulling with the intent of stacking. Got an elite area there. Cross around the back.
Watch out! That's gonna blow.
You can also bait enemies to destroy these crystals for you. It doesn't always work out. There should have been more than 2. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That way we only have 25 to stack there. Start immediately beating on this healer. Not gonna reset there, that's my fault. The fact that they can't be hit stunned out of that is fucking ridiculous. But they can be hit stunned out of that. Shortwick, cleave. We'll take cleave. Start leaping towards the chest. These are the reasons why I always hate these guys. They're all supposed to be able to be hit stunned with a single attack, but sometimes they just get unfucking lucky and they decide, nah, I'm gonna fuck you anyways. Pikemen are very disgusting because they don't get hit stunned by anything. The Scythemen do take proper hit stun, but their fucking range is ridiculous. The active range of their attack is around their entire fucking body. So even if you dash out of the way, you're still getting hit. We'll take Mermaid Tears here. We honestly probably should have taken the 30% boss damage, but it's not very often that you actually get the opportunity to kill bosses, because you don't often get to have the Graveyard boss event. So it's a whole whatever the fuck. Not a big deal. More often than not, you're not able to find both crystals.
Watch out! That's gonna blow!
Ridiculous fucking reach. And I hit my defense button there. One of the things that they really... And I did it again. One of the things that they really need to do for Scarlet, because I know exactly what's happening, and it's something that happens regardless of it being something that should not happen because of the way that the game cues your attacks. When you're playing Scarlet and you're dealing with your defense skill, even if you didn't hold down last click with your skill, the game will eat your input and immediately decide, no, actually, you don't stop attacking, you're going to keep attacking, and you're going to die. Because they did not program it the way where it takes priority over the button press so that you can be able to do something like attack dash. It does not do that for your defense skill on Scarlet. So you basically have to fucking micromanage everything.
Watch out! That's gonna blow.
Let Vadra get used to this being your game loop. This is very boring content, I can promise you, to be assured. I do not like having to dodge in circles like that around the enemies. Situations like this make it fucking necessary. Because Scarlet in the beginning lacks very good AoE outside of her dash, and her dash is a combo ability. Her dash is a combo ability that gets more damage once you spend points, but in order to stack it, you must use daggers to stack it, which is why I say putting that skill for defense stacking immediately, and then making defense last longer, is a fucking noob trap. Yes, it would give you a second way to generate your points, but you generate your points by being smart and dancing around your opponent's area of effect. Because that's what E is for. Trees the bane of my existence just because they're fucking rude is so fucking disgusting in situations like this. It's fucking nasty, dude. White attacks, so now our attacks are going to cleave better. And that's additional damage. That's not the attack I wanted. And certainly not against the enemy that I wanted. Ace of Spades. We already have one attack. We're gonna double dip. So we have two of these. Now I have to power an attack doing additional damage, which will increase the heal. Getting movement robbed from us. Really should not be that fucking dangerous to attack these things, but it is. It fucking is, bro. All that to make sure that I don't go down. Keep moving.
Watch out! That's gonna blow. Oh, that's smart.
Fully stacked up now. Try not to take that fucking cleave to the face.
Feel my strength returning.
Good, good, good. We're gonna take Pyromania.
Could get used to this. They're no match for me.
Check deep in the corner. Got elevation here.
Watch out! That's gonna blow.
Really not trying to fight these enemies if I can. Fucking pikeman. Stab for me, please. Already hitting the very high damage values that we will love to see. What am I fucking aggroed on? Thank you. Trying to find the healers, immediately take them out. Take a non-negligible amount of damage there for that. Fortunately, that was on timing. Keep moving. Legendary chest, critical, defense. We'll take defense. Have slight elevation change to the next area. I don't want to go up it. I'm trying to look to see if there's another one in this area, and I think there is. Should be right here. This is a town event. I fucking hate these events. I hate these events because they take so long to do based on how much movement you need to do to collect the material. They're not things that always automatically, like, drop on the enemy carrying them. You know, Borderlands quest style. So I try to avoid it because I can have better time spent looking for another event or looking for crystals. Yes, changed me right in the middle of fucking danger. Another elevation. Move towards the wall. It is a grimoire. And a life token right here.
Watch out! That's gonna blow. They didn't stand a chance.
Wonderful. I haven't found a wishing well yet, which is a little bit concerning. Keep moving on the map before I take that event.
One down.
Wonderful. Power, defense, Devash.
They don't stand a chance. Watch out! That's gonna blow.
Fortunately, I'll be safe from that hook. As you can see here, now that we have Vajra, how important it is to be able to have dash for damage. Cannot under-fucking estimate how important having that dash increases the survivability in combat. Once you can actually be able to combo enemies to death. Classic Fury. So now we have basically an attack hit-based build. So now we need to focus our upgrades on making that as strong as possible. Immediately cheese the fuck out of there. Check the corner over here. Nothing. Fucking cheese it out of here. Try to get to this crystal as quickly as I can. Have been here. What is it? Is it a watchstone? It's a watchstone. And yet somehow magically they all somehow survive and dodge around the damage to somehow still be able to fucking hit me. It's ridiculous. Alright, everything has been found on the map. Unfortunately, the Watchstone does not find keys. You have to be lucky enough to find those. It does not appear that our map spawned with a wishing well, which actually makes things easy for us. So what that means is we go straight to the shop. And we do this number. Buy the crit chance, buy the damage, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. And we go here, we do that event, we hold the money because we want to see if we can be able to hit the trait upgrades without it. Get those to de-aggro. And now with power, we beat the shit out of these events. I really hate these enemies. That laser can fuck you in ways that seem ungodly unfair. And that's because they are. For a second there I got scared because I thought I failed the event. Upgrade 4 times. Those upgrade legendary. I think this one's the closest. So now it's all a matter of praying and hoping that I find an event. Specifically the key for the event. Through here. Pray and hope I get lucky. And we win. Use this to upgrade these. All legendary is what we like to see. Come over here to the shop. Buy the rest of these out. Now we just look around. Still have another 3 minutes, 4 minutes actually, 4 minutes before the boss starts. So we can try to find those keys if possible. I have no idea where they are. There's unfortunately nothing that gives you hints on where they would be. And there is no, like, spawn logic to abuse to be able to figure it out. You just, either you see them, and you get lucky and find them, or you don't. Since I don't see them, I will actually take the Hound Defense mission.
I'm at my wit's end. I need to build a stone fortress capable of withstanding the creatures of the night.
And here's where I start getting angry if I don't start seeing stone. I know I passed by some of these structures on the way out to figure out where their spawn points were, but apparently I'm just not lucky. Here we are, watch stone. I got shotgunned. Don't stand inside that. Also came to this for experimentation to hope that it would actually show you where the keys are, but nothing changed in the map, so no, you don't get to see where the keys are. Actually wasted time doing that. So the way the town event works is that it will create areas and open up zones like this, where you can go inside to get a large amount of the resource in question. Being able to find both these doors to go to the events will actually ensure that you have enough to complete them. You can actually be able to do the event with less than the required amount. What a change. You can do it with less than the required amount, but the problem is that if you are pressed for time, it will actually starve you of precious time that you don't have to spare. I know, Scarlet. No. In this situation, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the other stone quickly enough. No, we're not. We're going to get pulled in before then. So preferably, you want to try to do this event absolutely last if you possibly can, because you're not going to be benefited from doing it early. But what I can do is that before it sucks me in, I can show how much you would actually get from doing this. There's going to be normal stone lying around, and then there's going to be a giant bundle. I think the bundle's always 6. There's going to be like maybe 6 to 8 lying inside. If you collect enough on the outside, you'll be lucky enough to have enough to combo in. If you actually see these while you're looking around exploring, you can actually be able to uncover the node as you see there. The stone symbol shows where the door to the quarry is. And now we demonstrate just a casual, non-crit amped, Scarlet. you can see here. Scarlet just absolutely chews.
Take this. Watch out. That's gonna blow.
Oh my god. As you can clearly see, Werewolf is a lot bigger of a combo damage fiend with its attacks, just because of the damage amping. And the fact that you don't need to really stop attacking if you're safe. And let's just end it with an Empowered Chomp. Scarlet. Honestly, shouldn't be failing, shouldn't be dodging runs if you make mistakes. Raven Feathers are there for you to reset and to make use of, but after playing this enough, I just immediately reset. Because any time you waste having to revive is time you could have been spending being better and not dying. It is what it is. It is what it is. See you in the next video. Next up, the Viper. See you there.